Shamal Ilathah Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai to all my sisters. This is the ISUPK out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under command of General Yohana. And what we do in this school is we teach the blacks, Hispanic, and Native people the truth about their heritage, the truth about their nationality, that they are God's true and only chosen people. And being that comes with a list of responsibilities that is to follow the laws of the Most High and to love one another. You know what I'm saying? In this times of year, this is what they call this, the season of giving or whatever, the season of joy and happiness, the season of love, whatever they want to call it, it's not true. Because for us, this is a very dangerous time for us. For the black and Hispanic people, this is when crime goes up. Brothers are in higher jeopardy of going to jail or dying because of these holidays. You know what I'm saying? And we're going to open up the class to some questions real quick. You know what I'm saying? We're going to open up the class to some questions. Let me bring up the chat. Watch, you need another download. I had a download yesterday. Watch, you need another download.
What's the, is your Wi-Fi working?
Concept?
Okay, I'm not getting no connection.
You ain't getting none?
No. It's a lot of people, go ahead.
Yeah, it's working over here. But if you have any questions, type them in the box. We'll get to them as soon as we can. Let me turn my phone off. You should be able to get something now.
Oh, you have a hotspot?
No, I'm talking about I turned off the Wi-Fi of Boston on my phone, but I can put on my hotspot. Hotspot on. Everybody's looking good. All right, stay up, stay up. All right, so if you have any questions, type them into the box. We'll get to it. You know what I'm saying? But just know, this time of year is when a lot of problems happen for the black and Hispanic families. A lot of arguments, a lot of fights, a lot of shooting, stabbings. You know what I'm saying? Hot gravy being poured on each other. A lot of madness. You know what I'm saying? Brothers sleeping with other brothers' women. You know what I'm saying? And that's just one way. You know what I'm saying? Don't forget that, you know, you're going broke to keep up with the Joneses, to follow their customs. You know what I'm saying? And their practices. And look at you. Now you're broke. Now you worried about rent. You know what I'm saying? And that's the messed up part. You know what I'm saying? We cannot be doing what they're doing because the law is not for them, it's for us. That's why we're in the situation that we're in. You know what I'm saying? But Salakia, can you get let's start with Jeremiah 10:2.
Jeremiah chapter 10, verse 2. The Lord, learn not the way of the heathen, and be not dismayed at the signs of heaven. For
repeat that again from the top. I don't think they heard that.
Jeremiah chapter 10, verse 2. Thus saith the Lord, learn not the way of the heathen.
Learn not the way of the heathen. And guess what, y'all? One of the ways of the heathen is these holidays that you're celebrating. Christmas is a way of a heathen. Christmas goes all the way back to Babylonian times, you know what I'm saying? If not further, for all we know. But it goes back to Babylonian times. The Babylonians are not not Israelites. So they're heathens, and it's their way. And then you have, all the customs that come from that we partake in, that connect all the way back to Greece and Rome. Grecians and Romans are not Israelites. So those ways are the ways of the heathen. That mistletoe you kissing under, that tree you got in your house, all those are heathen ways. You know what I'm saying? And you don't see a problem with what you're doing. You don't see a problem with it at all. You are comfortable in your way of just, having a good time, family joining together. You know what I'm saying? And you're really not having a good time. Because somebody is mad at somebody for something. There's arguments being broken out all over. Kids are not satisfied with the crappy gifts that you gave them. Where are you happy at? Where are you happy at? Thought it was supposed to be a good time. That's the excuse you give to break God's law. You'll give any excuse to break God's law. You know what I'm saying? But Salaki, if you may, Baba Kushar, sir. Let's drop that and let's get 2 Maccabees 4:17.
Second Maccabees chapter 4, verse 17. For it is not a light thing to do wickedly.
What?
For it is not a light thing to do wickedly.
It is not a light thing to do wickedly. Just remember, there is no weight among sin. All sin is the same. And y'all like to say it's light. Oh, God knows your heart. He'll forgive you. He knows I'm doing it for the kids. It is not. Repeat that, sir.
For it is not a light thing to do wickedly.
It is not a light thing to do wickedly. You know what I'm saying? Y'all thinking that it's no big deal. You just buying some gifts. You're putting it under the Christmas tree. You know what I'm saying? The kids wake up in the morning. Well, they don't wake up. They actually just come out the room. They've been up all night. You're depriving your kids of sleep. You know what I'm saying? And y'all think that this is a light thing to break God's law. We just read the law where it is against our custom to follow the customs of heathens. It's against the law to follow the customs of heathens. You know what I'm saying? It is against the law to follow. In fact, sir, can you go back to Jeremiah 10:2? I'm going to burn it in their head a little further.
Jeremiah 10 verse 2.
Oh, no, do your thing, sir.
Jeremiah 10 verse 2. Thus saith the Lord, learn not the way of the heathen.
Learn not the way of the heathen. Continue.
And be not dismayed at the signs of heaven.
Be not dismayed at the signs of heaven. Continue.
For the heathen are dismayed at them.
Continue.
For the customs of the people are vain.
For the customs of the people are vain. These heathens and their customs are vain. Their customs are foolishness. Oh, you could go back to the 2 Maccabees, sir. Their customs are foolishness. It's vain, it's pointless. You know what I'm saying? And that's why it's not a light thing. That's why it's not a light thing. You know what I'm saying? Our customs are not vain. We got a custom coming up called Hanukkah. You know what I'm saying? Where the Maccabees, what they do? We built the temple, right?
Yeah, where the Greeks,
whose customs y'all following every Christmas, when the Greeks,
where the Greeks defiled the temple with swine's flesh,
which y'all will be eating. You know what I'm saying? The customs of the people y'all following. You know what I'm saying? And y'all doing the same thing they did to defile the temple, to defile our temple that we gave to the Most High. You know what I'm saying? And y'all following that like it's a light thing. Like the Most High won't find rage in that. Like y'all not coming up against God. You know what I'm saying? Y'all just like that little child when you know when you tell your child don't do something,
God,
and your child just staring at it and just creeping closer to go do it, and you just staring at them doing it. That's what y'all doing. Y'all want to be like them so bad. You know what I'm saying? Following their customs. Celebrating Christmas, Grecian. Swine's flesh all up in the temple, Grecian. You know what I'm saying? But Salaki, can you finish Maccabees 4 and 17?
2 Maccabees 4 and 17. For it is not a light thing to do wickedly against the laws of the Most High.
Continue.
But the time following should declare these things.
Look, no matter. See, the reason why you think it's so light is because the simple fact is the Most High is slow to wrath. But everybody's going to get their just due for breaking the law. Everybody's going to get it. You know what I'm saying? It's not a light thing. You want to be on playing and chuckling and kikiing with like a child. You know what I'm saying? And it's just going to get you put in the Most High's wrath, and the Most High is going to end up doing you very bad and dirty. Wonder why you're getting an eviction notice in February. Can't even understand it. You paid your tithes to Pastor Deacon. You know what I'm saying? And you end up still getting put out the house. You know what I'm saying? But let's drop that Bible, Kashan, sir. Let's get James 2 and 9. Bear with me, y'all. I got a cold. They've been creeping up on me slowly. You know what I'm saying?
James chapter 2 verse 9. But if you have respect to persons.
If you have respect to persons, what does that mean? What does that mean to be a respecter of persons? Let me put it in a simple manner for y'all. It's to do something for somebody that you normally wouldn't do. Right? You ain't going to do it for everybody else. You're just going to do it specifically for that person, even though it's all out there. You know what I'm saying? That's what a respecter of person is. For example, you know that celebrating Christmas is wrong, but that woman's in your ear, softening you up, getting on your nerves to celebrate it. You know it's wrong, but you're just going to buy her a gift so she can shut up. You're going to participate in Christmas and risk everything that you're doing so she can just be happy. That's what a respecter of person is. And that's what these holidays is filled with. Respect of persons. You know what I'm saying? This holiday is filled with that. You know what I'm saying? You getting certain gifts for somebody that you normally wouldn't give them. You only give them a gift one time a year, and that's Christmas. You're doing something out of your character. You know what I'm saying? Participating in Secret Santas. You know what I'm saying? You know, you don't even know who gave you the gift. Probably some pedophile, and you accepted it. Some rapist or something. Some drug dealer. And you accepting the gift. You acting all out of your character for a gift. That's a respecter of persons. But continue, sir.
Ye commit sin and are convinced of the law as transgressors.
You have committed a sin when you have respect of persons. It's a sin to do that. See, in Israel, we got to be A1 from day one. You know what I'm saying? We got to be the same all the way through. We don't change. We're consistent. You know what I'm saying? We don't switch up. Like we say in the world, we keep it 100. If you're a respecter of persons, you're not keeping it 100. You know what I'm saying? and that's a sin. You know what I'm saying? And are convinced of the law as transgressors. You know what I'm saying? What does that mean? I said it a little earlier. You're convinced of the law as a transgressor. That means you know the law and you're still breaking it. You know celebrating Christmas is wrong, but you just don't feel right unless you wrap the little gifts up and give it to the babies. It's for the children. It's a light thing. It's not a big deal. It's just a little bit of weed. It's not a big deal. Just a little bit of crack. It's not a big deal. Just a little bit of heroin. Now you're strung out. You breaking God's law. You know what I'm saying? And you know it. You know it. But may you continue to verse 10, sir?
For whosoever shall keep the whole law, and yet offend in one point, he is guilty of all.
So there is no difference in any other law. If you break one law, because you think it's a light thing to celebrate Christmas, it's not a big deal. All you Christians like to say that. You know, it's not a big deal, it's just Christmas, celebrating Jesus' birthday. You know what I'm saying? Just stacking sin upon that law. Good night. You know what I'm saying? Just know, if you break one, you offend, if you break one of these commandments, one, you have broken them all. You have broken them all. Now, why is that? Why is breaking one of them no different from breaking all of them? There's a few reasons for it. You know what I'm saying? There's a few reasons for it. When you break one law, you know what I'm saying? When you break one law, first you got to understand what is the law here for. The law is here for us to learn how to love each other. That's what the whole law is based on, us loving each other. That's what it's built on. You know what I'm saying? If you look at every law, it's about us loving each other. Don't sleep with your brother's woman. You know what I'm saying? That's law of love. Don't steal from each other. Law of love. Don't kill each other. You know what I'm saying? The law is based on us to love each other. Show how to not end up in a situation where we're killing each other. And guess what? If you break one of those laws, no matter which one it is, you no longer love each other. The love is gone. You know what I'm saying? No matter what it is. If you're eating pork, you don't love your people. You don't love your people. Know why you don't love your people? Because the Most High is not a respecter of persons. You breaking the law, we all get punished. We all get punished. Just because you wanted a ham sandwich. You know what I'm saying? Now we all got to stay in this captivity a little longer. Because you wasn't strong enough to kick that pork. Or stop smoking weed. Stop selling your brother crack. You know what I'm saying? But Salakia, let's drop that. Let's get let's get Baruch 3:28. Oh man, Slacky, I was looking up something too. Bear with us real quick, y'all. But this is what you got to understand, man. This season, man, you're just looking dumb trying to be like them. That's what it all boils down to. You following a heathen custom is just boiled down to you wanting to be them heathens. You wanting to be them. You're forsaking your own power because you want to be like them. Lock it. You know what I'm saying? And forsaking your own power is the issue with us today. Every time we forsook him, he ends up putting us in a situation worse than we were in. You know what I'm saying? It's an apocryphal verse.
No, I know. Oh. Chapter Ecclesiasticus.
I'm surprised I ain't going to.
Baruch, what is it?
Baruch 3 and 28.
I'm not catching a slot here. What's after Ecclesiasticus?
Is it after Ecclesiasticus?
I think so.
I think it's before. Hold on, let me make sure. Let me get there. Oh yeah, it's directly after Ecclesiasticus. It's real short. Right after Ecclesiasticus.
Slot here.
It'll slide right past it, man. Should be like 3-4 pages.
Baruch, chapter 3, verse 4.
Verse 28.
28. Baruch, chapter 3, verse 28. But they were destroyed because they had no wisdom.
We are destroyed because we don't have wisdom. What is wisdom? Wisdom is wisdom. The first step to wisdom is fearing the Most High, man. It all reverts back to the law. You know what I'm saying? We were destroyed because we didn't know the law. You know what I'm saying? Which we are now. Well, look at us now. We're destroyed. We're destroyed right now. You know what I'm saying? Every time you celebrate Christmas, you're putting yourself in a worse situation. Destroying yourself even more. You know what I'm saying? We're eating pork. We're breaking all of God's laws. Every single last one of God's laws we break. Just ensuring our own destruction. You know what I'm saying? Or crack, selling crack. Can't keep a woman, can't keep a household. Getting kicked out. You know what I'm saying? Can't save a dime. We are literally destroyed. We have no businesses. We have no financial structure. No military structure. We have no land. We have nothing. We are destroyed. Literally destroyed. Every other nation got their army. Every other nation got their financial structure. Every other nation got their language. We have none of that. Us black and Hispanics and Native people have none of that. Where's our military force? Where's our land? Where's our language? Where's our financial structure? As a nation, we are destroyed. You know why? Because we're not following the law. We don't have no wisdom. You know what I'm saying? And without that wisdom, we are destroying ourselves. Continue that, Bible Kushal, sir.
And perish through their own wisdom. And perish through their own foolishness.
And perish through their own foolishness. It is our own foolishness. Us wanting to participate in these holidays like Christmas, that is our own foolishness because we've been warned. We've been fully warned. You know what I'm saying? Way back in Deuteronomy, we've been warned. And look at us now. Look at us now. He gave us a choice between life and death. And we chose death. And what was death? Being like the heathens. Trying to chase that American dream. You know what I'm saying? Trying to keep up with the Joneses. And look at us. You know what I'm saying? It got to a point where We don't even see nothing wrong with selling our own family members crack. Your direct family member, you don't see nothing wrong. You come up with a whole bunch of excuses around that. Well, you're going to get it for somebody, might as well get it from me, keep money in the family. While you're destroying your own mama. You're destroying your father, your uncle, your aunt, your cousins, nieces, nephews. You're destroying them. You know what I'm saying? And that's the foolishness that we dealing with right there. Can you bring that back from the top, sir?
Baruch chapter 3, verse 28. But they were destroyed because they had no wisdom.
Continue.
And perished through their own foolishness.
And we are perishing through our own foolishness right now. Perishing through it right now. You know what I'm saying? It is destroying us. Destroying us. You know what I'm saying? Because you want to be like them. You don't want your children being left out. Your kid's going to go to school the next day and they can't, the next week, and they can't talk about what they got for Christmas. Who cares? Who cares? Think your kids won't live through that? You think they're going to be destroyed that much? Oh, imagine what the Most High will put them through. Imagine that. You worried about what the kids are going to say in school? Imagine what the Most High is going to do. You know what I'm saying? But Salakia. Let's drop that. Let's stay with this foolishness, man. Let's get Proverbs 19:3.
Proverbs chapter 19, verse 3. The foolishness of man paraventureth, perverteth his way.
Repeat that from the top.
The foolishness of man perverted his way.
The foolishness of man perverted his ways. What is the foolishness of man that perverts his ways? We have our own ways. Unfortunately, the foolishness of our enemies perverted our ways. You know what I'm saying? The foolishness of our enemies got us celebrating Christmas, got us celebrating Thanksgiving, got us doing all types of drugs, got us eating all types of unlawful things because of the foolishness of our enemies. You know what I'm saying? It's pretty clear. I don't understand how nobody else can see it. But it's clear. You following them is foolishness. It's just that simple. So can you bring that back from the top again, Baba Kushal?
Proverbs 19, verse 3. The foolishness of man perverteth his way.
Continue.
And his heart fretteth against the Lord.
And his heart fretteth against the Lord. All right, you know what it's time? It's dictionary time. Dictionary time. I'm pretty sure the base word is fret.
Fret in the Merriam-Webster. Definition 1. To eat or gnaw at. Into. To eat or gnaw into. Definition 1B. To rub, chafe. Definition 2. To cause to suffer emotional strain.
What? Repeat that one.
To cause to suffer emotional strain.
To cause and to suffer emotional strain. Keep that in mind. Read the Bible verse again, Baba Kushal, sir.
Proverbs 19, verse 3. The foolishness of man perverteth his way, and his heart fretteth against the Lord.
It caused emotional, to suffer emotional strain. That's what a lot of people act like when you even talk to them about the law. When you even talk to them about the Most High in the Bible, they act like it's emotional strain. I don't want to hear that right now. You know what I'm saying? It's going against the Lord. You know what I'm saying? It's so stressful for you to hear these laws. You know what I'm saying? We've been eating pork, it's our tradition. You're stressed out over it. You know what I'm saying? To cause emotional strain, yo, that's heavy. You know what I'm saying? That's heavy right there. Your heart fretteth against the Most High because of your own lust. You know what I'm saying? A brother can't even tell you about the Most High without you getting agitated and aggravated. So you end up turning your ear against the Most High, against these law, statute, commandments. What happens to those who turn their ear against the Most High? Who turn their ear from the law? The Most High don't hear their prayers, and their prayers are an abomination. So you're going to pray over that food on Christmas, and the sound of hearing the law is like a chalkboard scratching against a chalkboard. You know what I'm saying? It's like scratching against a chalkboard. It's very aggravating for you, but you're going to pray. The Most High don't hear your prayers. You know what I'm saying? The Most High don't hear your prayers at all. You know what I'm saying? But Salak, yes, sir. Let's drop that. Let's get on Jeremiah 5 and 4. No. Let's not get that. Let's get on Proverbs 9 and 6.
Proverbs 9 verse 6. Forsake the foolish and live.
You got Proverbs 9 and 6?
Time.
Oh, wow, it sure is. My bad. Forsake the foolish. Now, we already established the foolish. You know what I'm saying? For one, these heathens are foolish. Their ways are foolish. Everything that they do is foolish and vain. You know what I'm saying? Now, we got to forsake them. Guess what? If you want to participate in such customs and you want to deal and do things like the heathens do, guess what? We got to forsake you too. We got to forsake you too. Read that again, Baba Kushal, sir.
Forsake the foolish and live.
Forsake the foolish and live. I'm trying to live. I'm trying to live. How do you live? You live by following these law, statutes, and commandments. And staying out of the Most High's radar of destruction. That's how you live. You know what I'm saying? But if you want to participate with the foolish, you're being right in this crosshairs. You're just twerking right into the Most High's crosshairs. You know what I'm saying? So forsake the foolish and live. Continue, Baba Kushal.
And go in the way of understanding.
And go in the way of understanding. You know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, we're going to continue with this. How do you go into the way of understanding? We might go a few verses into this. Yeah. How do you go into the way of understanding?
Salaki.
Oh, Salaki.
You got to come into the UPK.
You better wait at that wise man's footsteps, man. You're absolutely right. That is the highest UPK. You know what I'm saying? That's how you get into the way of understanding. You know what I'm saying? If the time is coming there, you might as well just camp out right in front of our doors. You know what I'm saying? But Salaki, man, you continue that, Baba Kushal, sir?
Salaki. Verse 7. He that reproveth a scorner getteth to himself shame.
Continue.
And he that rebuketh a wicked man getteth himself a blot.
Continue.
Verse 8. Reprove not a scorner.
Reprove not a scorner. Well, why shouldn't you reprove a scorner?
Yeah, Salakia. Because you'd be casting pearls on the swine.
But it's not just that. To be a scorner, something has to be proven. So, for example, because somebody says, I don't feel like hearing that right now. Does that make them a scorner?
Nah.
Why not?
We gotta get the definition of a scorner first, right?
Oh, we're gonna get to that. Yeah. We're gonna get to that.
Salakia.
Yeah, matter of fact, you're absolutely right. I'm doing things out of order. I'm trying to break things down without. Yeah, let's get to the definition of a scorner. So y'all can understand, I ain't trying to, destroy y'all. I'm trying to help y'all with breaking down this holiday. Breaking down the wickedness of Christmas. You know what I'm saying? Because it's destroying our people. Root word scorn.
With the noun or the verb?
Well, we got to go with the noun part because when you're a scorner, it's a person.
God. Scorn in the Merriam-Webster Dictionary. Definition 1. Open dislike and disrespect or mockery, often mixed with indignation.
Now, y'all seen that, right? Read the second one. They all coincide. In the third.
Definition 2. Definition 2. An expression of contempt or derision.
Continue.
Definition 3. An object of extreme disdain, contempt, or derision.
Ooh, or derision. Wow. How you think Israelite groups got to worry about that? But now let's read that from the 7 again.
He that reproveth the scorner getteth to himself shame. 7 or 8?
Oh no. We're gonna continue with 7. Like, all right, now y'all see what a scorner is. A scorner is somebody that openly disrespects and dislikes what you're doing. If somebody openly disrespects and dislikes what the ISUPK doing, we don't reprove them. You know what I'm saying? We don't do none of that. No one. Hold on. Now we gotta get into another word. I just thought of it. Everybody might not know what reprove means.
Reprove in the Merriam-Webster Dictionary. Definition 1. To scold or correct.
To scold or correct. Know why we don't scold or correct scorners? 2 reasons. It depends what they're scorning. Like, let's say they're coming up against the ISUPK. When they scorning and being disrespectful to the ISUPK, they're not actually doing it to us. They're disrespecting the Most High. We might get into our feelings, we might want to talk trash, but at the end of the day, we end up going to be looking bad because we ain't going to change them. There's no change in them. You know what I'm saying? We're wasting our time, and like you said earlier, we're casting our pearls unto swine. And we're wasting our time, and we're looking dumb. We're looking absolutely stupid arguing with somebody over it. I mean, not arguing. We're trying to reprove and correct them. You're looking about as dumb as can be, trying to do that. You know what I'm saying? So we don't reprove a scorner. So when you want to continue celebrating Christmas, guess what? Sooner or later, we're going to wipe our hands of it. We're going to let you continue in your filth. Roll around like a pig in mud all you want. We tried. We tried to give you some correction. We tried. After a while, you just got to stop trying. You're looking dumb. But continue with that Bible verse, Bible sir.
And he that rebuketh a wicked man getteth himself a blot.
It's on the same premise. You know what I'm saying? It's on the same premise because guess what? A wicked man is a wicked man. What's the chance of him changing? You just added fuel to the fire. You know what I'm saying? Now you got a blot on you. You know what I'm saying? But continue with that, Bible Kashal, sir.
Reprove not a scorner, lest Slacky.
Reprove not a scorner. You know what I'm saying? It's a waste of time. Continue.
Lest he hate thee.
Lest he hates thee. Continue.
Rebuke a wise man.
No. Repeat that.
Rebuke not a scorner, lest he hate thee. Rebuke a wise man, and he will love thee.
And he will what?
And he will love thee.
And he will love thee. See, my next verse is going to go into this, but I just want to read the next verse. I'm going to stick with this subject real quick, because a lot of y'all hate us the fact that we're speaking against your white Jesus. You know what I'm saying? We're speaking against Christmas. Y'all hate us right now. But continue, Bob Kashal, sir.
Verse 9. Give instruction to a wise man.
Give instruction to a wise man, because a wise man is looking for instruction. He's looking for things to do. He's looking for that rebuke. He's looking for everything, because he's trying to get better up in this business. You know what I'm saying? That's what a wise man is trying to do. Continue.
And yet he will be wiser.
And yet he will be wiser. For brothers coming up to you saying that, yo, Christmas is wrong, it goes with a bunch of customs of the people that hate us. You're going further under your oppressor's foot. Guess what? A wise man would be happy to hear that and become wiser. You know why? Because he ain't going to celebrate Christmas. Salakia. May you continue, Bible Kashal?
Teach a just man, and he will increase in learning.
Teach a just man, and he will increase in learning. What does that mean? That means he is open to all types of wisdom and correction. You know what I'm saying? He is not just going to, hear what we have to say and just run with it. Nah, he's going to increase in his learning. He's going to study. He's going to research. You know what I'm saying? He's going to study to show himself approved. You know what I'm saying? But finish off with the next verse. That'll be the last verse of this section.
Verse 10. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom.
Repeat that.
The fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom.
And that's why y'all celebrate Christmas. That's why y'all celebrate Halloween, birthdays, eat pork, crab, shrimp, and lobster, sleep with whoever y'all want, because y'all don't fear the Lord. And the fact that he's slow to anger is why y'all don't fear him. Y'all don't see no swift and expedient death. So y'all want to see y'all destruction. This is what they do, right? They will put everything that they're going through and try to scientifically explain it through everything else. You know what I'm saying? Like it had nothing to do with the Lord. That ain't the Lord. No, the Lord has to do with everything. You know what I'm saying? It's like getting hit by a bus. Boom! No, that's not the Lord. That wasn't the Lord.
God.
What it was I wasn't paying attention. Had my earphones on. I was lighting up my spliffs. And boom! It came out of nowhere. And they won't connect the dots at all.
God.
They will not connect the dots at all.
And Salakia, if I may add, Salakia, we teach that everything is spiritual. So the Lord has a hand in everything that's going on.
Absolutely everything. Khan out of one Khan. Absolutely everything. But we're going to stay in Proverbs, sir. Can you get on 3 and 11?
Proverbs chapter 3, verse 11. My son, despise not the chastening of the chastening of the Lord.
Despise not the chastening of the Lord. Do y'all know what chastening is? That's what we're about to do. Back in the dictionary.
Chastening, chasing, In the Merriam-Webster Dictionary, verse 1. Salaki.
Let me get there with you. All right, I'm there.
Definition 1. To correct by punishment or suffering. Discipline.
I don't know what the hell just happened. Mine just got modernized real quick. Repeat that again, sir.
Definition 1. Chasten. To correct by punishment or suffering.
To correct by punishment or suffering. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't able to pull it up, but you know what I'm saying? To correct by punishment or suffering. That's what the Most High does to people who don't listen to him. If he's doing that, actually take it as a good thing. You know what I'm saying? If the Most High is punishing you for celebrating Christmas, that means he still has hope that you will stop celebrating Christmas. You know what I'm saying? It's a sign of correction. You know what I'm saying? So can you repeat that from the top, sir?
Chasten.
No, the verse.
Proverbs 3:11. My son, despise not the chastening of the Lord.
Despise not the chastening of the Lord. So when you're going through those situations, you know what I'm saying? When you're getting evicted out of your house because you spent all the money on Christmas gifts, don't despise the Lord. Don't despise the chastening. Don't despise none of it. It's actually a good thing. The Most High is actually putting you through some fire, and hopefully you'll stop, you know what I'm saying, celebrating Christmas. You know what I'm saying? That's why you shouldn't despise the chastening, because it's there to help you. You know what I'm saying? It's like when you were when you were growing up and you was about to do something dumb, like put your hand over the fire. Guess what? Once you touch that fire, you will know not to touch it again. If you're wise, you will know not to touch it again. But some people are idiots. So every time you celebrate Christmas, guess what you do? You're putting your hand over and over and over that fire over and over again. You know what I'm saying? And it's just burning and burning and burning, and you get burnt all the way down to the bone, hand bleeding, because you wasn't wise enough to pay attention to the Lord chastising you. You know what I'm saying? So read that from the top again, Bible Kashar, sir.
Ecclesiastes. It's like in Proverbs chapter 3, verse 11. My son, despise not the chastening of the Lord.
Continue.
Neither be weary of his correction.
Don't be weary of his correction too. Like when we come up to y'all a lot of times, y'all see us coming, y'all just throw, here he comes again. I gotta hear this again. Guess what? After a while, you ain't gonna have to hear it from us. We ain't trying to look foolish out there with you. You know what I'm saying? But don't be weary of the Lord's correction. Us telling you that something's wrong is actually a sign of correction. Don't do that. Because the next step is the Lord chastising you, chastening you. You know what I'm saying? Putting you through some fire. You would rather see us than the Most High. I'm guaranteeing that. You know what I'm saying? I'm guaranteeing that. But Salaki, sir, continue.
Neither be weary of his correction.
Continue.
Verse 12. For whom the Lord loveth, he corrected.
See, the Most High showing you a little love when he's putting you through that fire. When you get that eviction, just know the Most High showing you some love. I know that might sound confusing to y'all right now. How is that love if he's getting me kicked out of the house? Well, how is it love that you were celebrating Christmas when he blatantly told you not to? No, you got to get corrected. And that's what he's doing, correcting you. He could instantly kill you. But he's showing you a little mercy and grace. Giving you a little grace so you can correct yourself. Get things right, get things together. You know what I'm saying? So you could stop doing the stupid things you're doing. So you can stop celebrating Christmas. So you can stop eating that crab, pork, shrimp, and lobster. So you can stop being weak to your woman. So you can stop sleeping with your brother's woman. You know what I'm saying? So you can stop sleeping with every Tom, Dick, and Harry. You know what I'm saying?
God.
That's what he's doing. Giving you some time. So he's showing you love. You don't have to do that at all. You do understand that, right? You don't have to do that. You can get hit by that bus and never come back up.
God.
Or even worse, the death is not the worst. I know y'all see some things out there that's just, you just look at it and be like, ooh, I know he wants to die. He could put you in his shoes real quick. You get hit by the bus and that thing, you know, you can't move not a limb. You're a quadriplegic. You know what I'm saying? Or even worse than that. Got all types of sores and hives, aka herpes, all over yourself. Can't even control it. Can't even get it under control. You know what I'm saying? No pill can help you. You're just a walking herpes. You know what I'm saying? The Most High, he could do some crazy things to you. All because you want to celebrate Christmas. You know what I'm saying? All because you want to do what you want to do for all your own lusts and desires and putting your people in jeopardy. You know what I'm saying? And us coming to you with this information, us coming to you talking about the stuff that you don't want to hear, that you're turning your ear from, it's just brotherly love. We're showing you some type of brotherhood. And check it out, the Most High gave it to us just so we can give it to you. That's the whole purpose why we got it. The whole purpose why we got this, so we can give it to you. Salaki. May you continue that, Baba Kushal, sir?
Even as a father, the son in whom he delighted.
Even as the Father and the Son whom he delighted. You know what I'm saying? Like, the Most High is our Father. Just like you correct your kids, you try to point them in the right direction, the Most High is going to do the same for us. He don't do that for everybody. He don't do that for everybody. Salaki, so can you get Psalms 147? He does not do that for everybody. That's why Africans can eat, you know what I'm saying, cat, rat, pig, and dog. They can eat that and not be the highest in diabetes. They can eat that and not have gout. Because the Most High is correcting us, not them. And like a father that delight, a father's not going to tell the neighbor's kid what to do. A father's not going to tell, you know what I'm saying, another man's child what to do. He'll have a conversation with that man if he's offended by the child. But a father's not going to correct a man's child. Our Father is not going to correct people that he did not give the law to. My father told me not to cross the street. I crossed the street. Next thing you know, I hear my voice. I mean, all my homeboys are across the street. We all over there. But he told me not to. So now I got to walk back across the street and prepare for this correction, for this chastisement, this punishment, this scorning. You know what I'm saying? Because I didn't want to listen to my father. Just like y'all don't want to listen to your father. He gave us a set of rules so we could love each other. How I look telling my sister to cross the street, knowing that our father don't want us crossing the street. Is that love? Is that love? Next thing you know, she's hit by a car and I'm back on punishment. You know what I'm saying? So we just giving you what the Most High is giving us, these laws. And we're going to prove it right now. If you got that, Baba Kushal, say.
Psalms 147, verse 19. He showeth his word unto Jacob.
He shows his words unto Jacob. What is his words? His words are these law, statutes, and commandments. His words are, don't follow the ways of the heathen. Their customs are vain. Don't eat crab, pork, shrimp, and lobster. You know what I'm saying? Don't sleep with another man's woman. You know what I'm saying? Don't be getting high. Those are his words. You know what I'm saying? Don't be charging your brother taxes. Those are his words. You know what I'm saying? And he showed them unto who?
Jacob.
Unto Jacob. Who's Jacob? Jacob is the forefather of those 12 tribes of Israel. You know what I'm saying? That's who he showed them unto. Jacob. You know what I'm saying? So Jacob got the law and he taught his sons the law. So now it's with us. Nobody else. And if you don't believe it's not nobody else, watch me prove it. Read a little further, Baba Kushasa.
His statutes and his judgments unto Israel.
His statutes and his judgment unto Israel. Jacob's name turned to Israel when he wrestled the angel. You know what I'm saying? And won. So the Most High changed his name to Israel, which means Prince of the Powers, aka Son of God. We are the children of the Most High. So he gave his laws, statutes, and commandments unto Israel. That's who they belong to. These laws, these commandments, thou shalt not kill, thou shalt not steal, thou shalt not do this, thou shalt not do that. Guess what? They were given unto us.
God.
And we should take it as a good thing. Because they were given unto us a structure that built many nations. Those laws, statutes, commandments, see, they built many nations. America was built off of following it. They stuck with each other. They separated and stuck with each other. And look at America now. The greatest country on this planet in all of its wickedness. By stealing our customs.
God.
If we took back our customs, started following these laws, statutes, commandments like we're supposed to, we will be running this world. You know what I'm saying? He gave us these laws, statutes, and commandments so that we can run the world. But may you continue that, Bob Kushasa?
Verse 15. That's like verse 20. He had not dealt so with any nation.
He not what?
He had not dealt so with any nation.
He had not dealt so with any other nation. You know what I'm saying? No other nation has gotten these laws, statutes, and commandments. And these laws, statutes, and commandments is built on brotherhood. You know what I'm saying? It's built to make us stronger. And he had not given these laws, statutes, and commandments to anybody else but Israel. No. Your boss don't have these laws, statutes, commandments. So you notice when they participate in all types of homosexual activities, guess what? They're not catching AIDS like we are. Because we're the ones breaking the law. They're not breaking no law. They're just filthy people. You know what I'm saying? They can eat that cat, rat, whatever other fish in the sea they can. We can't. That's why we end up getting sick, and they don't. You know what I'm saying? Because those laws and statutes and commandments were given unto us. They are for us. You know what I'm saying? Not for anybody else. May you continue, Bob Kushal, sir?
And as for his judgments, they have not known them.
And for their judgment, they have not known them. They don't know what it's like to, you know what I'm saying, break God's laws. Because the Most High is not punishing him for breaking God's law, for breaking his law. You know what I'm saying? What's going on is, if you look at every statistic of negative health or some type of violence or crime or freak accident, guess what? We're number one in them all. We're number one in them all, except for being attacked by animals. For some reason, well, I don't know. I mean, I researched it a little, but I don't know how many black people are actually looking at it. We don't even put ourselves in that situation. I'm pretty sure if we did. You know what I'm saying? We're going to see pigeons pecking out our eyes, man. But Pete, The law, statute, commandments were given unto us. That's why we're number one in gout, AIDS, diabetes, heart disease, you know what I'm saying? All types of problems with our health. You know what I'm saying? All because not just our health, but our mental mind state too. I mean, we're number one in mental illnesses.
Hell yeah.
We're number one in mental illnesses. Depression, what's the other one? Schizophrenia, bipolar, all types of mental illnesses, and we're number one in them too. You know what I'm saying? The Most High definitely smited us with madness because we did not want to follow the law. We chose death. You know what I'm saying? We chose death. And though we chose death, it's a sign, it's a good thing that we're going through what we're going through. I mean, these curses were put on us for a sign and a wonder, right? You know what I'm saying? But that don't mean continue breaking the law. That's only what a dumb child would do. A dumb child would continue putting his hand over that fire. A smart child, type of child that a father would delight in, will learn a lesson and not do it again. So learn that lesson and not do it again. You know what I'm saying? Because that lesson is very important. You know what I'm saying? Salaki, get on 1 John. Salaki. Trooper DeGaulle hit me. I mean, I still got Trooper. Officer DeGaulle hit me up. I'll hit him up later. But 1 John, let's go with 3 and 14.
1 John chapter 3, verse 14. We know that we have passed from death unto life, because we love the brethren.
That's how we know that we passed out of from death into life. Look, we were all dead once before. Every brother in the ISUPK was dead. We were literally dead. But now we walk past, we're in life right now. You know why? Because we love each other. Not just each other, but we also love our people. So bring that back from the top, Baba Kushal, sir.
Salaki. First John. What is it good?
Actually, start from 1 John 3, start from 13.
1 John 3 and 13. Marvel not, my brethren, if the world hate you.
And I understand this. If the world hates you, the world don't hate you because you celebrate Christmas, but it hates us because we don't. It hates us because we don't eat pork, crab, shrimp, and lobster. It hates us because we are standing up for the laws of the Lord. So this world definitely hates us. But continue, Baba Kushal.
We know that we have passed from death unto life.
We have passed from death unto life. You know what I'm saying? Once this world starts showing this hate towards us, guess what? That's how we know we're doing something right. We're showing our brothers love. You know what I'm saying? We're telling them not to follow this Christmas, stop eating this crab, pork, shrimp, and lobster. We're following the law and we're teaching brothers to do so. That's how we pass from death into life. Continue.
Because we love the brethren. Salaki. Because we love the brethren. Continue. He that loveth not his brother abideth in death.
And you that don't love your brothers, you that don't love your people, because remember what love is. Love is following the law.
God.
If you don't love your people, your brothers, and you're going to offer them a pork sandwich, you're going to sleep with his sister, you're going to smoke weed with him, you know what I'm saying? You don't love your brother. You know what I'm saying? Guess where you are? Remember, he gave us a choice between life and death. God. You're walking in death because you couldn't uphold the laws of the Lord. You wanted to celebrate Christmas. You were a little, what's that word? Sympathetic towards your kids getting teased for not celebrating Christmas. Let your kids get teased. It'll just make them stronger.
God.
Let them get teased. You know what I'm saying? You should have taught your kids how to shoot those dozens, man. You know what I'm saying? People won't tease them for too long. You know what I'm saying? But continue, Baba Kushal, sir.
He that whosoever hated his brother is a murderer.
Is a murderer. Hey, remember, no law is greater than the other. If you break one, you break them all. So you telling your brother to eat pork, it's okay to eat pork, and the law done away with, guess what? You just murdered your brother.
God.
You know what I'm saying? You sleeping with your brother's wife, guess what? You just murdered your brother.
God.
Her and yourself. You know what I'm saying? That's why the law is so important, because it shows us love, man. And me telling you to stop celebrating Christmas, stop doing what heathens do, is me showing you love. But you not doing it is you showing me hate. It's just that simple. Finish that verse, officer.
It's like it. And ye know that no murderer hath eternal life abiding in him.
Y'all Christians don't want to chase eternal life, right? Y'all always want to talk about eternal life, right? Guess what? Guess what? Y'all not getting no eternal life. Eating that crab, pork, shrimp, and lobster, man, you are far from eternal life. Because you hate your brother. You hate your brother. You know what I'm saying? In fact, shout out to you one more verse.
You got time.
Yeah, let's go to 16. Let's read 16.
Whosoever, hereby perceive we the love of God.
Hey, this is what we perceive to be the love of God. Continue.
Because he laid down his life for us.
Hey, Christ laid down his life for us. You know what I'm saying? So we know Christ loves us. And guess what? This world hates us. This world hates everything we do. But are we backing down? Are we hiding? No, we're putting ourselves in the forefront, in front of everybody, telling them straight up what they're doing is wrong. So we're putting our life on the line for our people. Every day. Oh, Salaki, so you have your hand raised?
Yeah, if I may, right? For those that believe that Christ is God.
Come.
I got a question for all the Christians across the globe. Can God die?
Hey, Christian, that question's for y'all. I mean,
can he die? Can he just die? And can God kill himself? That's what I want to know.
Nah.
You know what I mean? I just because of that verse, a Christian is going to take that verse and say, "See,
yeah,
Christ is God."
I should have focused on that.
But no, I just wanted to bring that up. This is a side note.
But that is not what it's saying, y'all. It's not saying Christ is God. Understand that. You know what I'm saying? And plus, that's not all capital letters, too. That's another thing y'all Christians don't understand. Difference between all caps and uppercase and lowercase. You know what I'm saying? Those things are put in scriptures on purpose and for a reason. You know what I'm saying? But Salakia. May y'all continue?
And we ought to lay down our lives for the brethren.
We ought to lay down our lives for our brothers, man. Stand in this truth. That's how you lay your life down. Stand in this truth. You know what I'm saying? But Salakia. Let's stay in 1 John. Let's get 1 John 5 and 16.
1 John 5, verse 16. If any man see his brother sin a sin which is not unto death.
Yeah, you brought this one up earlier, right?
God.
I decided to throw it in. All right. Now, if a brother sees a brother doing a sin that is not a sin unto death, what is it not a sin unto death? Y'all know a sin that's not a sin unto death? Hold on, I'm asking questions. Let me check.
I was trying to get on Restream too.
Huh?
I was trying to get on.
I think mine's going down too. With Salakia. Basically, that means he ain't died yet. You know what I'm saying? You see your brother doing a sin. You know what I'm saying? And he ain't died yet. Hold on. Let's just start it up back from the beginning and get the whole thing in perspective. You gotta say the whole thing.
1 John 5, verse 16. If a man see his brother sin, a sin which is not unto death, he shall ask, and he shall give him life for them that sin unto death.
That sin not unto death. Continue.
There is a sin unto death. I do not say that he shall pray for it.
Basically, this is what we're doing right now. We see y'all sinning, and we got to stop y'all from it by telling y'all that what y'all doing is wrong. You know what I'm saying? And if a man sins and it's not unto death, it means he ain't catch that wrath yet. He ain't catch the wrath of the Most High yet. You know what I'm saying? You're giving him a shot. You're giving him a chance. You're helping him with that grace period. You know what I'm saying? You're telling that brother to slow it down. Look what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? We are literally ordered to correct you. Help you out. You know what I'm saying? Because you want to celebrate Christmas. Because you feel like it's not unto death. You think it's a light thing. You know what I'm saying? Because you're not dying because the Lord's wrath is not swift. You're thinking it's a light thing. It's not unto death yet. But remember, all sin is unrighteousness. In all unrighteousness, we'll see death. All unrighteousness, we'll get just due. You know what I'm saying? But continue to 17.
All unrighteousness is sin.
Oh no, I'm skipping the major parts. Read the bottom of 16 again.
There is a sin unto death. I do not say that he shall pray for it.
I do not say that he should pray for it. You know what I'm saying? Don't be praying death upon your brothers either. Some cats out here in these evil fake Israelite groups do it all the time. They be praying death upon our brothers all the time by calling them 2/3. You don't know who the 2/3 is. You don't know who's going to catch the Most High's wrath. You don't know. So don't be praying for it. But Salakia. 17.
First John 17, you said? And there is a sin not unto death. We know that whosoever is born of God sinneth not.
Oh, Salakia. Yeah. Salakia. I zoned out for a bit. But all unrighteousness is a sin. You know what I'm saying? Point blank period. Oh, we got 1 minute of Salakia. And I'm going to end the class, you know what I'm saying? Just know that the Passover's coming up. I did not change that on the ticker. Hold on, let me put that on the ticker real quick. The 51st Passover's coming up, you know what I'm saying? In Westchester Center, up in Westchester County Center, up in White Plains, New York, you know what I'm saying? The general bought that joint out for 2 days. You know what I'm saying? 2 days. We're going to have the Feast of Unleavened Bread and the Passover. You know what I'm saying? We're going to be doing it in for 2 days in that beautiful place. You know what I'm saying? And with that, shalom. Shalom.